Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Naveen, and I am an international education expert. I have over 10 years of experience in this industry, but still, this is the best place I could have found to share my idea. I have met and I have helped and supported over 25,000 students over these past 10 years. I have met students studying arts, I have met students studying engineering, I have met students studying architecture, I have met students studying medicine. Whatever field there is education, you name it, I have supported them, I have interacted with them. I have given hundreds of speeches over my career in high schools, in colleges, in universities, and in corporate companies, and I have interacted with principals, correspondents, and corporate CEOs. So I know what education currently is, and I know what industry expects. Every year, millions of students pack their lives in 2 suitcases. They leave their families, they leave their friends, they cross borders to chase one powerful promise: a better future. Today, I want to ask a challenging question. Is the system guiding them designed for their success? Because international education is the most aspirational journey of our lifetime. As you see from these stats, in Canada, only 34% of international graduates report that their job is related to their field of study, significantly lower than 62% reported by domestic graduates. Globally, only about half of workers hold jobs that are corresponding to their level of education, revealing mismatch between educational qualification and the job that they do. 1/3 of workers in many countries are overqualified for the job, meaning their graduation that they have and the job that they do is not matching. Here in Japan, employment rate for international graduates is just 53%. Compare that with 90% above for local graduates. I'm not here to blame students. I'm not here to blame universities. I'm not here to say that studying abroad is a bad idea. I'm here to say something simple. We need to rethink and we need to rebuild higher education. We have been telling students the usual story: study abroad, get a degree, and your life will be set. But as we see from the stat, reality is much more complicated. We have been teaching students to make choice on their higher education based on university rankings, based on countries where they can pay higher salaries, and based on countries where they can get easy PRs and visas. The problem isn't ambition. The problem is that the students lack skills, that the programs that they study are not aligned with the industries, and the long-term stability is not there. So I invite you to rethink the question: is global education still mean global success? If rethinking exposes the problem, rebuilding gives us the solution. Based on my experience, I have a new foundation for rebuilding international education. I call it the 3P framework: purpose, preparation, and pathway. First, purpose. If you are a student, you need to have a very clear answer for these 3 questions. Why this country? Why this course? And why now? I give you an example. 5 years ago, I had 2 students, both of them friends. They studied same school, same college. They graduated with the same degree, both bachelors in engineering with a background in computer science. They came to me for guidance. They wanted to study data science for their masters. I gave them all the advice that I could, and finally, I gave them the university shortlisting based on the requirement that they gave me. They decided to choose to study in France. So one student chose an university that is based in Paris. It's a grande école. In other words, it's something similar like Ivy schools in US. The other student chose a school somewhere in rural south of France. 2 years later, I get in touch with them to check up on how they are doing. One student tells me that he's still looking for a job. The other student tells me that he has 2 job offers confirmed. What's the difference? The student that studied in a university in Paris chose the university just because it had better rankings and just because it is located in a big city. The other student that choose a university in a rural area decided to choose that because the program is more industry aligned and the university program had 2 internships integrated into the program. You see the difference here? And number 2, preparation. We need to teach our students to improve their language and communication. We need to teach our students to improve their digital skills. And we need to teach our students to improve their cultural fluency. And finally, pathway. If you are a student, you should have a very clear pathway of where you want to do, what you want to do, and where you want to go after your graduation. What roles do you want to work for? And what industry skills do you need to reach that goal? And I want you to think that you should not just depend on your university to spoon feed you all these things. Go on LinkedIn, search for roles that you want to work, find people, chat with them, and find what skills they currently hold and how you can learn to reach that goal and reach the position that you want to do. And finally, when these 3 P aligns, international education changes from being transactional and it becomes transformational. And when we rethink and when we rebuild international education, international students will rise anywhere because they have skills, not just a degree certificate. They have confidence, not just dependency. They have directions and they are not desperate. When students like this rise, institutions rise, economies rise, and societies rise. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with this final thought. What is the purpose of international education? It's not migration, it's not prestige, and it's not definitely an escape plan from your home country. It is transformation. And when we rethink why students move, when we rebuild why we prepare them, and we focus on helping them rise, we don't just change education, we change lives. Thank you.